This is the fate recipe for Christmas pudding.
Take a medium-sized apple, one with a good flavour like Cox's orange pippin, and chop it into small pieces. You need about 100 grams, and that gets placed into a bowl. Add 200 grams of currants, 150 grams of mixed dried fruit, 2 teaspoonfuls of cinnamon and 1 teaspoonful of mixed spice. Then just give it a stir. Cut the top and the base from 2 large oranges and 1 lemon. This will make them easier to grate, and do this with a fine grater, making sure you only grate the skin, not the white bit. Add all the orange rind and the lemon rind to the bowl and stir. Cut the oranges in half and squeeze the juice into a small jug. Then pour the juice through a small sieve into another jug just to catch any pips from the fruit. Measure 150 ml of the orange juice. If the 2 oranges don't give you enough juice, just use another to top it up or use water. Then pour it into the bowl. Cut the lemon in half and squeeze the juice. And again, pour it through a small sieve to catch any pips. Measure 50 ml and add it to the bowl. Like the orange, if 1 lemon doesn't give you 50 ml of juice, just use another one to top it up, or you can use water. Then give the mixture in the bowl a good stir and leave to rest for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add 50 grams of soft tub margarine and 1 sachet of 250 grams Fate cake mix. Use a wire whisk and mix for about 1 minute until all blended well. Add a splash of gravy browning and stir it in. Add a little at a time, adding more until you have a rich dark colour. And then give it one last stir, and tradition always says that you should make a wish, so don't forget to make one. Then grease an oven-proof basin which can hold about 1 litre and pour in the Christmas pudding mixture. Place it into a deep oven roasting tin and take it near the oven and pour boiling water from the kettle into the tin to come about 1/3 up the sides of the basin. Place it into a preheated oven, gas mark 5, 190 degrees, for about an hour or so. And check it a couple of times while it's cooking, and if it looks dry on the top, just cover it loosely with foil.
Now the pudding's been in for just over an hour, about an hour and 5 minutes. It should be done, just test it with a metal skewer. If you put it in the middle, it should come out clean. Yeah, that's fine, so that's done. So I'm just going to cover it with a piece of foil, just to keep it warm until you need it. Now just to show you, I've made the same recipe up, but instead of a family size pudding, I've made in little individual ones. I've made 6 in little pudding basins of 250 ml capacity. And they take less time to cook. They only take about half an hour to 35 minutes.
The traditional way to serve the pudding is to flame it with brandy, although you can use whiskey or rum. This should be done by an adult that hasn't enjoyed too many festive drinks. Loosen the pudding in the basin with a knife and turn the hot pudding out onto a china plate. Make sure you use a large plate that has a rim. Then place about 50 ml of brandy into a small saucepan place it over a medium gas. As soon as you see any steam, turn out the gas and then strike a match and set fire to the brandy. Very carefully pour it over the top and the sides of the pudding. This will look fantastic, so make sure the whole family are watching. Serve the pudding on its own, or in the most traditional way with brandy butter, although you can use rum or whiskey here too. It's quick and easy to make. Simply put 100 grams of butter into a bowl and use unsalted if you have it, and add 100 grams of dark soft brown sugar. Use a handheld electric whisk on slow speed to mix it all together. Then gradually increase the speed to make a light and creamy mixture. Add 1 capful of brandy or other suitable spirit and continue to whisk until well blended. Do this another 3 times, adding 4 capfuls in all, but taste it after each addition as you may want less or even a little more brandy. Add the brandy to taste. Serve with the hot Christmas pudding. Alternatively, serve with low protein whipping cream and a sprinkling of cinnamon. The cream is made with Pro Zero low protein milk. Or serve it, as a lot of children like it, with low protein custard. Whichever way you serve it, it's going to be delicious. Just one question: why do we only eat this at Christmas?